Hello everyone. In this video we will discuss about the software process model, that how the software engineers are develop their strategy to build the particular software. This is the basically outline coverage of our video. What is software process model, why we need it, types of model, and discuss about basic software model. Software process model. In real life, to handle actual problems, as software engineers must possess a development strategy that combines of generic phases, tools, methods, and also the processes to build the particular software. This phenomenon or the strategy is known as the process model. The process model is differ for the different project. Means that a process model is selected on the basis of these three key points. Means that the nature of the project and the applications, the methods and the tools to be used, and the controls and the things supplied data needed. Basically, each software development is categorized into four basic strategy, that is status representation, status definitions, status development, and the status integration. Means that first of all we have to represent the particular problem that are exist in the real life, and then we have to provide the particular definition that how can we overcome it, and then we goes for the further process to build that particular software or to convert it into a digital form and try to solve it, and finally the status integration represent the final result of building the software. Types of software process model. Basically, the software process model is integrated into a one model, but further it is classified into two types, that is basic software process model and the evolutionary software process model. In this video, we only cover about the linear sequential model, prototyping model, and the rapid application development model. We will further discuss about the evolutionary software process model in the next video. Linear sequential model. In the 1970s, this is the most popular model. Means that it is also known as the waterfall model or the sequential model. In this, each phases are connected to each other. Means that without requirements, then design, development, is testing, deployment, maintenance. Means that if the requirement does not get covered, we can't go to the design, and if the design is not completely signed off, then we can't start the development phase before the design, and if the design does not get signed off, then we can't do the testing for that particular developing software. Means that they are sequentially connected to each other. This is basically known as the waterfall model. Means if the first of all we have to integrate the informations or gathering the informations from the client, then we will analyze the particular requirements from the client, then we will design it on the particular UML diagrams and to given to the development team or the programmer team to understand it, and then the coding team code that particular human readable form into a machine code, and then the development gets occur. After that development, the testing team performs the test on it, and the deployment team deploy that particular product after the testing, and if any bug or error occur at the particular client side or the end user, it get maintained by the particular maintenance team. Advantages of linear sequential model. It is basically a user friendly. It provides a well defined activities and stages. It is easily and available information as per the requirements. Easy project planning and scheduling. Early detection of error, as we can understand by that each stage are connected to each other. Means that it is possible to identify the error at the early stage so that it can minimize the error detections or the cost that are occurring at the maintaining side, minimize the cost of verifying errors. It also has some disadvantages. Means a phases should not start until previous phase is signed off. As we are covered that the sequentially they are connected to each other. Means that if the requirements are not completely covered by the particular requirement gathering team, then we does not start the analysis or the particular planning for that software. Iteration is costly, means that if we want to move from testing to the development, then it will take a significant work, or it will require a most cost, or it occurs a defect, or there will be a loss for the particular organization. Software is put into use during final phase of study. There are some other disadvantages of linear sequential models are also that while analysis of actual products, scholars found that the linear nature of the classic life cycle leads to blocking steps. Means that in which some project team members must wait for the other team. Means that if the requirement gathering team does not respond to the particular planning team, then they does not start their work, and it will take a much time to build the particular software. It will be the must it will become a more defect for the building the software. Prototyping model. Prototyping model is the enhanced or the updation of the particular waterfall model. In this, the requirement gathering and the programmers are are sit at one place, and they are identify the requirements from the client side. Means that the customer defines a particular set of codes to the requirement gathering team, and to but it does not know the detailed input or processing for the particular requirements or output requirements. The programmers may be unsure of the efficiency of an algorithm, the adaptability of a particular operating system, or the form that human machine interaction should take. Means that the requirement gathering team and the quick design team, means that the programmers and the client are seated at one place, and they are building a particular prototype or the quick design of particular prototype, and find out the functional or non-functional requirements, and these prototype are given to the customer for the evaluation. If the customer gets satisfied from the particular requirements from the programmer side, then it will goes to the designing phase and development phase, and then testing and the maintenance. But if the customer does not get satisfied from it, then further review and updations are done by the other teams. Advantages of prototype model. It helps to determine the feasibility of the system. Means that the usefulness of the particular system can be easily identified, or it can be easily determined at the early stage. The prototype modification is faster and cheaper as compared to the modification of final software. Means that the modification of particular software, it is cheaper in the prototype as compared to the final software modification. To define unfamiliar areas with uncertain requirement is easier. The user development and commitment is higher. Disadvantages of prototyping model. Users may not want to discard the prototype. Prototype tools are very costly. Means that to build a particular prototype as per the requirements of client or designing, it may takes more cost. System analyst must compromise on the quality or long-term maintainability of the system in order to get the prototype work quickly. Means that the particular system analyst or the system architect that work on designing the particular requirements, for designing the particular requirements at the UML diagram, it will take more cost, or it will not easy for the particular system analyst to maintain it for the further use. RAD model. RAD model stands for Rapid Application Development Model. In this model, these are basically used to build the particular software at faster pace. As we know that the linear sequential model gives more stress on getting the correct design first, while the rapid application development model gives more stress on frequent changes and then discard the incorrect design. Rapid application development model is an incremental software development process, and the red model is a high speed acceptance of linear sequential model. Means that if we want to build the particular software at the early stage, then we will use it, because it takes, if we want to build the particular software at extremely short period of time, then the particular software engineer teams use that particular software model to build the particular software. It consists of the following five phases, that is business modeling, data modeling, process modeling, application generation, testing and turnover. This is basically the diagrammatically representation of the RAD model. Business modeling means that the information flow within the business function is modeled in a way that answers the following questions: what information derives the business process, what information is generated as per the business requirements, who generates it, where does the information go, and who get processes. Data modeling. Here, refinement of the particular information data coming from the business modeling is get refined, and in this business modeling phase is done into a set of data objects, data needed to support the business. The attribute of each objects are identified and the relationships among these objects are defined. Process modeling is the third stage of the particular RAID model, and in this phase, the processing descriptions are created for adding, modifying, deleting, or fetching the particular data objects. And after the process modeling, the application generation phase is coming. Rather than creating software using conventional third generation programming language, RAID assumes the use of fourth generation technique like AI, ML, and other techniques to build a particular software at early stage. Means if particular software requires an automation, then particular RAID model is sufficient for it. Testing and turnover is the last phase. Since the RAID process gives stress on reuse, many of the program components have already been tested. This reduces overall testing time. Then only new component must be tested and all interfaces must be fully exercised. Means that the RAID model is particularly used to build the application extremely at the short period span of time. Advantages of RAID model. It enables development to create a fully functional system within extremely short period of time. Means that it enables a development team to build a system at a very short span of time, as the name suggests for the particular RAID model is that rapid application development. Means that the particular rapid is suggested that the particular software is built at a short span of time. In a situation where further automation of entire process is required, there can be various parallel team working on various business model. Means that at the stage where automation is required, this RAID model can play a crucial role at that stage. Disadvantages of RAID model. It requires sufficient human resources to create the right number of RAID teams. Means that particular skilled persons are required that can build a particular software at very short span of time. They are more skilled person. It requires an assurance from developers and customers for rapid fire activities. Means that it should be signed a amendment from the customer side that the particular software is built at a short span of time on the consideration of your side, and then developer teams are performing that task by considering the short span of time in their mind to get system complete in much abbreviated time frame. Due to lacking in commitment from either side, RAID projects will fail. Means that if the customers said that we don't want that particular software should be built at this period of span of time, then if that particular software, if the commitment get break by the particular customer, then that particular rapid application and development project will get fail. RAID model is not appropriate when technical risks are high. Means that if particular project consists that it will occur some technical risk which are most effect for the particular project, then it is not appropriate for that particular project. We should have to go for the agile model or for the other models as compared to the RAID model. Thank you very much. If you like the particular video, please like, subscribe, and share. And we will cover the evolutionary software process model in the next video. So keep watching, keep learning. Thank you. Thank you so very much.